Hey guys, so something that we hear a lot, people talk a lot about, is genetics. And let me tell you that genetics definitely do have and do play a role in your body type and your performance, your ability to perform certain movements and to be efficient at certain things. So what I think of when I think of genetics first is the Russians. For a while, the Russians got in trouble because they were sort of, I don't know, people were saying they were playing God, right? So they would take samples of muscle tissue in young girls. I think they're only 5 years old or something like that. They were taking muscle tissue samples to find out if these girls were predisposed to being good gymnasts. And then they would train the girls. So you would find out ahead of time, without really allowing the kid to develop yet, you would find out if the kid was predisposed to being a good gymnast by having, more type 2 muscle fibers in, portions of the legs and things like that. And I don't know where else they took samples from, maybe the back and stuff too. But basically, the general human being will have 50% type 2 fibers, 50% type 1 fibers. When we think of type 1 fibers, we think of people who are able to do exercise that requires the oxygenated system mostly. So people that are predisposed to being good endurance runners are going to have a lot more type 1s than type 2s. The type 2 muscle fibers are more dominant in power athletes. So baseball players might have 70% type 2 muscle fibers and 30% type 1 muscle fibers. As we age, we tend to lose those type 2s and everybody reverts back to type 1s because we don't have the ability to build the fast twitch muscles. Type 2s are referred to as fast twitch generally. And usually fast twitch muscles, the type 2 Bs run out the quickest and they generate the most power, and they're generally the largest muscle groups, or the largest muscle fiber groups. They're white and they run out of energy the quickest, and then the type 2As run out next, and then finally the type 1s generally will go on forever and ever and ever, as long as you have oxygen, right? So I also wanted to talk about how the muscle fibers can play a role in, depending on where they are. So think of the sprinter. So we see, sprinters line up in the Olympics, and we think of the person with the big butt and the big calves, and generally sprinters will have a large percentage of type 2s in their butt and in their calves that helps them launch off the line, right? They burst forward and they beat everybody else out of the hole. So here's something to keep in mind. Not everyone is predisposed to certain sports. You look at the short, tubby kid that is in swim, and for some reason in high school he never makes it to the state finals, even though he may have tried much harder than the kid that didn't try as hard but had a lankier, slimmer body style. And I'm mostly thinking of the freestyle, right? The freestyle swim. So the person that is genetically more predisposed to being a good swimmer will naturally make it further in the sport. So this isn't to say that you can't unlock your genetic potential, because a lot of people use genetics as an excuse. Well, I can't lose weight and that sort of thing. Everybody has their own genetic potential, and you should definitely shoot to be your own action figure. Just embrace what your body has to offer you and just try to improve yourself. Don't try to look like someone else. Or idolize someone who you think has the same type of physique you do, and then just try to achieve that rather than, looking at something highly unrealistic and shooting for those goals. We got plastic surgeries and steroids and all kinds of stuff like that make certain people look the way they do. So yeah, okay, I ranted on at the end. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page. Both the links are below. Send me any questions if you got any questions. tonydavidmoore@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Tony's Tips.